I. The Life and Death of Scyld. The famous race of Speardanes. Lo. The Speardanes glory through splendid achievements, the folk king's former fame we have heard of, how princes displayed then their prowess in battle. Scyld, their mighty king, in honor of whom they are often called Scyldings. He is the great-grandfather of Hrothgar, so prominent in the poem. Oft Scyld the Seafing from Scathers, in Numbers 5 from many a people, their mead benches tore. Since first he found him friendless and wretched, the earl had had terror. Comfort he got for it waxed, neath the welkin, world honor gained, till all his neighbors o'er sea were compelled to tend bow to his bidding and bring him their tribute, an excellent atheling. After was born him. A son is born to him, who receives the name of Beowulf, a name afterwards made so famous by the hero of the poem. A son and heir, young in his dwelling, whom God-Father sent to solace the people. He had marked the misery malice had caused them, 15 that reaved of their rulers, they wretched had erstwhile long been afflicted. The Lord, in requital, wielder of glory, with world honor blessed him. Famed was Beowulf, far spread the glory of Scyld's great son in the lands of the Danemen. The ideal Teutonic king lavishes gifts on his vassals. 20 so the carle that is young, by kindnesses rendered the friends of his father. With fees in abundance, must be able to earn that when age approacheth eager companions aid him requitingly. When war assaults him serve him as liegemen. 25 by praiseworthy actions must honor be got, mong all of the races. At the hour that was fated. Scyld dies at the hour appointed by fate. Scyld then departed to the Allfathers, keeping warlike to wend him. Away then they bear him to the flood of the current, his fond-loving comrades, 30 as himself he had bidden, while the friend of the Scyldings word sway wielded, and the well-loved land prince long did rule them. The ring-stemmed vessel bark of the atheling lay there at anchor, icy in glimmer, and eager for sailing. By his own request, his body is laid on a vessel and wafted seaward. 35 the beloved leader laid they down there, giver of rings, on the breast of the vessel, the famed by the mainmast. A many of jewels of fretted embossings, from far lands brought over, was placed near at hand then, and heard I not ever 40 that a folk ever furnished a float more superbly with weapons of warfare. Weeds for the battle, bills and burnies. On his bosom sparkled many a jewel that with him must travel on the flush of the flood afar on the current. 45 and favors no fewer they furnished him soothly, excellent folk gems, than others had given him. He leaves Daneland on the breast of a bark. Who when first he was born outward did send him lone on the main, the merest of infants, and a gold-fashioned standard they stretched under heaven 50 high o'er his head, let the home currents bear him, seaward consigned him. Sad was their spirit, their mood very mournful. Men are not able. No one knows whither the boat drifted. Soothly to tell us, they in halls who reside, heroes under heaven, to what haven he hide. For the theat of verse 15, Sivers suggests tha equals which. If this be accepted, the sentence he had. Afflicted will read, he i.e. God, had perceived the malice-caused sorrow which they lordless had formerly long endured. For Alderlace, 15 gr. Suggested Alderseer, he perceived their distress, that they formerly had suffered life-sorrow a long while. A very difficult passage. 31 has no object. A. Supplies jeweled from the context, and our translation is based upon this assumption, though it is far from satisfactory. KL. Suggests Lindagas for Lange, and the beloved land prince enjoyed, had his transitory days, i.e. lived. B. Suggests a dislocation, but this is a dangerous doctrine, pushed rather far by that eminent scholar. The reading of the so. Text has been quite closely followed, but some eminent scholars read Seilriden for Seilridend. If that be adopted, the passage will read, men cannot tell us indeed the order of fate, etc. Seilridend has two things to support it. 1 v. 1347. 2. It affords a parallel to men in v. 50.